Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. Today I would like to show you how to create this foam and turning into the chain with the Rhino 3D software. You'll be amazed how easy it can be done. Are you ready? Let's get started. To get this shape right here is quite simple, although it look really organic and even look like you have to done with the softy, but it's actually not the truth. So let me show you how I actually did it from the beginning. So first of all, that's coming into the top view and deciding how big of each section do you want it to have. In my case, I want it to be 10 millimeter. So I'm going to starting with the command right here with the rectangle, but using the conic corner instead. And I'm going to snapping into the 0 and just type it 10 and just type it 10, enter one more time. So I will get this like a pillow shape right here. Okay, now on my second things I wanted to do is I want to creating ellipse, and ellipse can snapping from here to here for whatever how thick you want, right? Once you've done that, I'm going to rotate it, this ellipse with the gumball for 45 degrees. Now if you feel like this is too thin, you can make your ellipse a little bit smaller if that is too thin for you. Okay, now we have this ellipse. I also need to have another ellipse, so I'm gonna use the gumball rotating 90 degrees by holding my shift and hit the Alt key, and then that will make a copy. Alright, so now this is the structure for our link right there. Come back to the top view. I'm actually going to center them first. So that's using the command for align centers, and I'm just going to type it 0 here. Okay, once you have it, we're gonna define how tall we want this, how thick we want this to be. So for example, I want them to be 2 millimeters, so I'm going to move this guy up for 1 and move the other guys down -1. So then that have the thickness right there. All right, with those three, let's take a look on what we can do. Let's go ahead to use the face tool, and then we have this one's called loft. And if you loft from 1, 2, and 3, then you will get something like this. Make sure they all align into the correct angle, correctly placed, and facing the same direction, and that's hit enter. Right now in the loft option, you have all those different options. That you got normal, you got loose, so it will go in between. You got tight, so it will go exactly, and you got straight section and something like that. If you choose any of them, like let's say I want normal, and then you're going to see this opening right there, right? It doesn't look too good, so you need to close them. So we're gonna do the loft one more time, select them, make sure they all align, and we wanted to have a closed loft right there, and really quickly it will automatically generate the surface inside. Okay, so once we get that, we're gonna click OK, and then we'll have all of this right here. Now you see a lot of, I'm going to move this out, and you are going to see a lot of those lines. Those the seam for it, and the reason we have the seam for it, which means you can explode it, and once you explode it, it become like a small piece by piece, right? So that's one way to do it. If you are done with the model, this is totally fine. But sometimes we don't want it to have a seam on it, and the things we are going to do is rebuild all this curve right here. So I'm gonna select all of them, and I want to rebuild them all of them at once, so that way they will have the same point. All right, and you see there's a huge deviation there. That's not what we're looking for. Let's try 12. And we want a degree for 3 and see if that fitting into your original curve. The one on the outside look a little bit rounder. If that is not okay for you, you can bump up the number right here to make them a little bit more point there. All right, let's see the difference between those three. And again, this is an additional step. You don't have to do it. It's just in case you want to pull the control point. Let me show you right here. We are going to use the loft. We're gonna select all of them, and we want to make sure they are aligned, facing the same direction. And now you can see the surface is really clean. Okay, so we're gonna close the loft, and then we click OK here. All right, so both of them is pretty identical, but the problem, not the problem, the advantage is in this one, since it's a closed surface, you can turn on the control point, and then you can do additional, like say, hey, I want to have a bump there. All right, for this one, you cannot turn on the control point. Look at the top right here, cannot turn on the point for poly surface. And I've been talking about this in many of my videos. I still get a lot of questions say why when I try to turn on the point, it doesn't let me turn on because it's a poly surface. This is really, really important concept. So with this one, if we come back and say, I'm gonna pick up here, 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 because they are symmetrical, and I want to continue to make my chains more interesting, and we can do something like that. All right, so those are the options for you to think about if you ever need it, right? So now let's continue to making our chain. We want to make sure the chain, when we are designing the link in between, it's not 100% touching, because you do need to have a room for them to work around. Okay, and then so we have two shapes here. I simply just going to use a rectangle conic corners one more time, and I'm going to create something like this and to cover in between. All right, to make sure this is right in the center, I'm going to group those first, and then once I group it, I'm going to use the align vertical center and just align anywhere. So like this one will be right in the middle. So I'm going to make them a little bit thinner, bring up just a little bit. All right, and we can creating the profile for this this one. Again, conic corner with the rectangle. I'm going to snapping at the point and deciding my chain is gonna be a little bit less than 2 millimeter, right? So I'm going to have something like this. Let's go ahead to use the move command to move from this point to this point. And all we need to do is the sweep one rail. We're gonna pick up this as our rail, and this is our cross section, and then we'll get something like that. And that's how you create a link. And make sure that if you are looking at all view, this might be a little bit too fat. You can kind of make them thinner a little bit, but make sure that you want to have enough room for it. All right, otherwise it won't move. You can see that if I ungroup this one, you kind of want to move around and see how much room that you have with this gap that you have. And that's how you can make in this type of a chain for your chain design. If you're interested in not only the chain but also the clasp, I have a special topic course for clasp design, and that will show you 11 different type of clasp that is widely used commercially for the jewelry industry. And I also including a model royalty free for you to use on your design. Check out my course at pjchendesign.com. All the link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next.